Today, I want to talk about the infringement, or at least I think it's an infringement, of a famous trademark. I'm Angela Langlotz, trademark and copyright attorney. I'm going to spend the next 4 minutes talking about the infringement of Samsung Electronics mark. I want to thank my friend Gregory Giannocavo for calling this to my attention. I think it's a really interesting case. So, who are we talking about here? Who's the naughty infringer, I think? So Samsung Publishing. Now, if you're a parent, you'll probably recognize this. Baby Shark, do, Baby Shark. Yeah, that's them, Samsung Media. Now, when I first saw Samsung Media, I immediately thought, oh, Samsung Electronics, the people who make mobile phones and televisions and all kinds of media displays. I thought, oh, well, they've started a publishing company, right? And this is a classic case of both trademark dilution and trademark infringement. Now, trademark infringement is what I just experienced. Oh, I guess Samsung Electronics has started a media company, except it's not Samsung Electronics. I just think it's Samsung Electronics that has some connection with Samsung Media because Samsung Electronics is so famous that I just automatically assume when I see Samsung Publishing that it has something to do with Samsung Electronics. Fair, right? Trademark dilution is something a little bit different. The two are often alleged together when there's a trademark lawsuit. So trademark dilution is anything that would tend to dull the distinctiveness of a famous mark. So if you're Samsung Electronics and somebody comes up with, let's just say, Samsung soccer balls, that would tend to blur the lines between your company and their company, and that's a type of dilution, and that's exactly what we're seeing here with Samsung Publishing. Now, it is very common for large companies to have their fingers in a whole bunch of different pies, right? So when I looked and tried to find Samsung's company's brand on the internet, here's what I found. So there's Samsung Electronics, we already know about that. Samsung Engineering, Samsung C&T Corporation, no idea what C&T stands for, but anyway, it's another one of part of their conglomerate. Samsung Heavy Industries, Samsung Life Insurance, Samsung Fire and Marine Insurance, Samsung Biologics. So they have their fingers into a whole bunch of disparate pies. So why not media too? And this is why trademark dilution is so damaging, because once the infringer gets a foothold, right? So we have Samsung Publishing. So now guess what Samsung can't do? They can't go into publishing, or at least call it Samsung Publishing, because there's already a Samsung Publishing out there. It has completely co-opted that piece of the pie so that Samsung now can't go into publishing, or at least not call it publishing, and may be restricted from using the term Samsung in publishing or media at all because of the potential of confusion now with Samsung Publishing. If I were Samsung, I would be out there guns blazing at Samsung Publishing, who's probably smaller and weaker, and I would take them down because what they're doing is they are appropriating a piece of pie that Samsung actually legally has a right to because they are a famous mark. So if you are a mark holder, watch out for this. Don't let people make inroads and take little pieces along the edge of your brand. Don't let them nibble away at your brand and at your ability to expand your conglomerate into other avenues of business. And if you are a new business owner, please, for the love of God, do not adopt anything close to a famous trademark, because most famous companies are not nearly as passive as Samsung is apparently being on this issue, and they will take you down right away. You'll be lucky to get away with just a cease and desist letter. If you've had some success, they may also sue you for damages and require that you disgorge any profits that you made through the use of their name. So watch out for this. Be very careful about this. and stay completely away from any famous marks. I'm Angela Langlotz. I go here live on weekdays to talk trademarks and copyrights. You can find me online at TrademarkDoctor.net. I'm on YouTube at video.TrademarkDoctor.net/YouTube, and I'm also on Facebook at facebook.com/TrademarkDoctor. If you have trademark or copyright law questions, drop them into the comments below. I will answer them on a future live video. And if you're watching, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you get all my newest material.